Alright guys, so if you have an Audi S3 or A3 and your speaker, or especially your sub, is making like a rattling or buzzing noise when it's, pretty cranked, I found the solution, and it's actually really easy. I took apart the whole back end of my S3, and it was an absolute pain in the ass, and I took the sub out actually. It's pretty easy, just to disconnect and some, screws and bolts or whatever. And I was actually considering, this is two parts, the top and the bottom, and they're connected by some clips. And I was considering just taking the whole top part out, because the sub is underneath. Because something up here was making that noise, but it's glued on. There's no way. So I was just doing some thinking, and there was this material on top of the sub. I'll just put that part on, and it was all across here, and it's actually glued on these parts, but the center part here that I cut out individually has no glue underneath it, that between this and the plastic underneath. What happens is when it vibrates and hits certain frequencies, this material actually will vibrate in a way that it touches this plastic and creates that buzzing noise. Super weird. Never would have thought this little, felt would cause that, but it does. And this is super easy to take out. You actually don't even need to take your whole car apart. You just need to pop the cover that's on the sub itself. That's super easy. You can use, flat-headed screwdriver or anything, and there's just a bunch of clips that run around it. Just be careful. You don't want to, mess with the plastic, but it'll pop right out. And then you could honestly use anything sharp, like an X-Acto knife, and just cut around the edges, and it will just peel right off. Now, this only serves to prevent any sort of debris from going into the speaker. Now, if there's a little bit of sand or something that goes in there, you'll hear it buzzing, and it's really annoying. I had a Jeep Wrangler, and the sub was actually on the floor of the trunk, and it just had a little metal grate on the top, so that would happen all the time. And that's actually really easy to fix. So if you ever get anything in here after doing this, which I really doubt it, because it's behind the seats, if you do, you just crank the sub and you put a vacuum here. That's it. So it'll just suck up anything that's bouncing around. But yeah, this should fix it. And make sure this screw is tightened down. It's much easier to tighten this when you take it out, but you should be able to tighten here too. It's just a little Torx screw. Specifically, I believe it is a T20. Let me check right now. Yep, all right, so it's a T20. Looks like this. Get it to focus. Yep, looks like that. And that should tighten right up. If that got loose, that could be causing an issue too, but it's really this felt. So if you pull that out, you'll have perfect sounding audio. And this is specifically for the B&O sound system. I'm not even sure if the stock sound system without the B&O package has a sub back here, but yeah, that's the fix. Super easy. Ignore all that shit online that says you need like a Dynamat or anything like that. All the Dynamat would do is push this felt down and stop the vibration anyways, but it'll still happen because that felt is there and there's that gap. So just take that shit out of there, and you could put a Dynamat on top of it if you feel the need to, but this is how you get rid of that annoying buzzing.